Well.
How we doing, guys?
It was a debate. Was it 82 or 83? And it was 84.
It was 84. Yeah, you were right. Because
Yeah.
last time I thought it was 83. Go ahead and open up the comments so we can see.
100%.
See our familia.
What's up, Rannon? What's up, Cream Filling 428? Let's
Never
go.
Get tired of that.
Let's go. What's up, Shanks Pony?
Saturday Night Live. Yes, this is the new SNL, baby.
What's up? Yeah. Thank you all for being here tonight. We got a lot of news to cover. We kind of got a news blitz show for you today. But Tim, have you been isolating from the news? What's been going on with you?
I have. I have not been physically well for the last probably like 3 to 4 weeks. Seems I'm deficient in a lot of stuff.
Right.
So I've gotten a lot of blood work done. They're seeing what I'm lacking in. I'm deficient in some type of vitamins. But apparently, I didn't know until you just told me and I looked it up. Yeah, black people don't get vitamin D because of the melanin issue.
Right.
So that's something that's going on.
No, like all during the winter, I'll have periods of time where, sometimes in Austin it gets like real cold and rainy and stuff, for like a period of like a month or so. And if I don't get that sun, and I've made it a habit, and my dad taught me to do this when I was a little kid. He's like, you go outside and stay in the sun for a little bit whenever you feel bad, and you're going to feel a lot better afterwards. And I've always stuck to that, and it's really done me benefit, but I'm pale. So I can just go out there and kind of burn for like 20 minutes and come in, and I got everything I need.
Right.
Versus like, I think it's like 80% of people in the U.S. that are like African-American have like some sort of like vitamin D deficiency.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I definitely believe it. And it causes a bunch of different things. Basically, I'm just dealing with a lot of fatigue, but not even just physical fatigue, but like I can't even focus on the news right now because it's so it's so freaking crazy. So I'm still paying attention. I stay adjacent, but like I haven't been diving in as much as I used to because I can't take it right now.
Well, who can blame you when it's the same shit, different day, or different day, same shit? Like it's literally. We have Trump makes genocidal threat. The Iranians do something. We, the British authority, whoever, navigating authority, this is what kicked the most recent batch of shenanigans off. We say, oh, hello, tanker. You can totally go by the Oman part of the coast. You can totally ignore everything that the Iranians have said. And they say, oh, we're going to go do that. Boom, Shaheed drone. Hits the tanker. And I'm forgetting the nationality on the tanker. I got articles later on that go into this. But basically, United States retaliated. We hit some islands and some stuff around Iran.
Because of that, right?
Yeah, and then the Iranians struck back, and they blew up the Gulf. They blew up like 8 more of our bases. It is what it is. But that we're going to get into all of that. What happened over the weekend. Let's just go ahead and get into the first article here, and then I'll go ahead and click on it. U.S. and Iran exchange strikes and accuse each other of violating ceasefire. The U.S. has conducted new strikes on Iran following a drone attack on Panama. Who could have guessed? Okay, I wouldn't have gotten that one right.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah. In the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday, CENTCOM said it hit multiple targets across Iran in direct response to continued aggression against commercial shipping. In retaliation, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said that it has launched missiles and drones at U.S. infrastructure in Kuwait and Bahrain in a statement shared to state media. Following the exchange of fire, the U.S. and Iran accused each other, classic, of violating the ceasefire. No, you did it. No, I did it. Isn't this stupid? Isn't this dumb, Tim?
Who do you think actually violated it first?
Well, let's pull up the MOU. Right? Wouldn't that be? We got all the time in the world. We don't have a guest. We're not doing interview.
We're not doing a deep dive.
Yeah, like why not?
We can take our time. Well, here's the thing: was Israel ever going to sign that though? Because it was really between us. No, but their partner. It's the little midget. It's not supposed to be in charge. I'm just saying, like they never signed it, so technically they're not. Part of the deal. So yes, I think that's probably the original breaking of the ceasefire.
To tag onto that, I mean, there's even more with Lebanon, right? And the evacuations are crazy. People are fleeing in mass numbers. We need to have Lebanon John back on.
Yes, we do.
Really bad. We need to have him on. Highly recommend Lebanon John. Check him out on X. But yeah, see if you can scroll to, I think it's later on. It's definitely past 0.5 where they start talking about shipping. So Iran was supposed to, but Trump says, we get rid of the blockade, you're going to allow X, Y, Z. And I'm forgetting what the exact terms were, but I want to go ahead and pull that up. I mean, the agreement was doomed to fail. Like the United States is agreement incapable.
Bro, we bent over and we basically were taking one. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like the deal one bit.
Right, but
that's just
what are you
me.
gonna do?
That's just me being patriotic. I love my country. I know we messed up here, but like I really don't like seeing
$300 billion.
I don't really like seeing like it's the 300 billion plus another 100 billion, probably totaling up to $500 billion. It just doesn't sit right. Well, at least if we're gonna do something wrong, let's try to win something.
If you think about it, Trump received a small loan of $1 million, so maybe 300 billion doesn't seem like that much. If that's a small loan,
go ahead and throw that up there.
Yeah, I can read it. Upon the signing of the MOU, Iran will make arrangements using its best efforts for the safe passage of commercial vessels, with no charge for 60 days only from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa. The traffic of commercial vessels will immediately start, and considering the need for removing the technical and military obstacles, and by demining by the Islamic Republic of Iran, will be initiated within 30 days. Okay. So what do we take away from this?
What do we take away from this? Dude, as I said, I'm not gonna listen to any more peace deals, peace talks. This conflict's gonna keep going on. That is as simple as I can get with this conflict. It is going to continue to perpetuate till probably the end of this year.
We'll get back into the MOU. Let's just start playing videos. Let's go to Trump's latest.
Wait, did we ever finish the article that was before?
No, we didn't. You're right.
Yeah, let's finish this article.
Yeah,
here.
no, I'll go ahead and narrate the rest of it here really quick. Picking up on the article here. In retaliation, Iran said that it has launched missiles and drones at the U.S. infrastructure in Kuwait and Bahrain in a statement shared to state media. Following the exchange of fire, the U.S. and Iran accused each other of violating the ceasefire agreement. CENTCOM said in a statement, Iran was given a chance, you better believe it, to honor the ceasefire agreement. But unfortunately, they elected not to. They did very bad when its forces launched a one-way attack drone that hit Kiku, is the name of the ship. Of course, it's got a dumb name. In response, a dumb name for a dumb war. In response, it said U.S. fighter jets conducted strikes on 10 Iranian military targets at multiple locations in and near the Strait of Hormuz. Oh, you know what's wonderful, Tim? In 2 weeks, they're going to be out. They're not going to have any more oil anymore, to the degree where like they're not going to be able to.
Who's
us? The United States. We're going to have to make the decision on the middle distillate products because they can make diesel for trucks and commercial stuff, or they can make jet fuel.
Okay, so how much? There's probably nothing that really got out during this like twilight zone.
Right.
There's probably damn near nothing that got out. Dude, I didn't realize how freaking long it was closed.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like this war's been going on since March 1st. Okay. So like we are in the summer now. All right. This started during the winter, I
was just getting happy about the gas prices coming back down.
Dude, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here, but people have been, spending more money and buying more products, and that's been great. But like what happens when it's like, oh, the world's over? And like all this shit, like we have covered it ad nauseum. Like we can be done with this article, I think, for now. We can maybe come back to it. Because like that's basically what happened is Iran struck and then the U.S. is struck and it's continuing tit for tat. And that's what they're calling it. I watched this one analyst, I think it was on Mario Newfall, and it was just all the comments were like, see how retarded the mindset is of like the U.S. officers and stuff. Because it was a military guy and he was like, well, we got our systems coming from Ukraine. We're going to shoot all those drones down. And it's like, oh yeah, you're going to shoot them all down? Why didn't they do that before? With like the $100 billion of like missile interceptors or whatever that we use. We use like half of all the stock we made over like a decade.
Yeah.
Right? So, we're going to, Zelensky, I have magic system to shoot down hypersonic missile.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working.
Dude, no, it's like a Star Wars story. Like, we got to find the plans to blow up the Death Star. And it's like, dude, you have your own Death Star. The Death Stars are like blasting each other. You're like, yours is bad. And it's like, it's all the same shit.
Now, how badly do you think Iran is actually reeling? Because we are paying attention to, like, we know our struggle, but it has to be worse for Iran.
They're doing terrible, but it's more existential for them. That's the thing.
You put an animal with its back against the wall, it's gonna lash out.
Well, bro, like the thing is like I watch people, and I respect Mohammad Morandi, but he is Iranian state media at the end of the day, right? And like I watch these people. And like the society has to be completely destroyed at this point, like not having, infrastructure and certain things like that. I know they're a big country and they have a lot of resources and materials.
Still
they're going through, well, that's the thing. Sanctions, drought, inflation, now constant war. Like, it really does go, honestly, to their credit of, like, the nationalism that they have. They're like, fuck you. That's their attitude. And over here, it's like I said at the Joe Kent thing in Grand Rapids. I said we would defend the McDonald's. You know, like we would link arms and like surround the McDonald's or the the whatever and make sure it was protected. The Zaxby's. We would surround the Zaxby's and protect it.
You're not going to take my French fries.
My collar's blue. My neck is red. These $5 specials keep my family fed. Okay.
Okay, so is this is this your dad?
This is my dad. Give him more context.
Let's go ahead and watch this.
Then Trump, you remember, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, I said 25th Amendment him if he continues this. He said, Iran is going to be completely destroyed, never again to return. Their civilization will be gone. Well, I said, Trump, that's nuclear talk. He said it's going to be one big glowing crater, the whole country. He reissued a similar statement, not as bad, but close. United States aircraft struck Iranian missile and drone storage locations and coastal radar sites for violating the ceasefire agreement. Again, it's very possible that they will never learn. There may come a point where we are no longer able to reasonable and will be forced to militarily complete the job that we very successfully started. If that happens, the Islamic Republic of Iran will no longer exist. Now, at least he's saying the people and the culture of Iran will no longer exist, never to return. So it's not as bad. But he's gone through these threats. What are we, 120-something days into this? And we dropped 7.6 million bombs on Vietnam, and they held out. That took 15 years. Only dropped like 40,000 or less on them. And they're not going anywhere. They closed the strait. And Trump one day will post that and say, we got.
Look, he's 100% right. Come back to us for a second. I was literally just thinking about this. I'm like, okay, when's the last war we've definitively won?
I was going to say Korea. Come on.
Did we really?
They'll say Grenada.
Did we really?
No.
Yeah. So, okay, Vietnam is the perfect analogy here because you're talking about we did a full out. I mean, even without it being Vietnam, I mean, you could just point to Afghanistan.
7.6 million bombs.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yes. And so my thing is like, how do we get amnesia to where we realize, where we forget each time that these things don't work out long term? But I don't think he realizes, he's like, oh, we don't have a choice. So let's just keep bombing them.
Well, think about not actually hundreds, but incident per incident, what's been tolerated in the country. The hundreds of times we have done the most heinous shit imaginable around the planet. And then we're just like, oh, well, it didn't work out. And then it's like a villain. It's like Team Rocket blasting off again. It's like, oh, or like, I'll get you, Perry the Platypus. Like
100%.
Exact type.
Well, and think of the thousands,
free.
Think of the tens of thousands of stories we don't know about that aren't reported.
Sure.
Okay. The people who've lost their families or lost their cousin or something, and now hate America because of some off chance that somebody made a decision.
Yep.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Dude, I don't know about y'all. I've been in war since the day I was born. I don't think I've ever known a time period we weren't occupying and throwing bombs somewhere.
There is no peace, and that's a horrible thing to think about.
We were so close. We were so close with Afghanistan. It was like, wow. Both Biden and Trump started to wake up and realize we had to get out of there. As embarrassing as a withdrawal as that was, right? When we talked about it with Anthony, we were so close to not having another conflict and just like, we're good.
Well, it's the thing is like we got dragged into it because of the security relationship that we have with Israel. And that's what Marco Rubio said. And you can watch the tape on it. And I tell people this all the time. I haven't said it recently enough, so I have to get this out there. You out there, the viewer, the listener, you can go verify this independently for yourself, and you'll see that I'm right. Marco Rubio, I think it's March 1st or March 2nd. He says, yeah, well, Israel was going to attack. We feared American soldiers would die in the retaliation, so of course we had to join in.
Yeah,
and there you go.
I will say that
there you go.
I did see the report where Bibi said we notified them essentially that we were going to do it. We didn't ask.
We've been raped.
Yeah,
that's rape. You can't do that. Like we and you could say it's their military equipment, but yeah, we make it, we sell it to them, right? So like they're like we're their patron, and like you're not supposed to treat your patron this way. Like
no,
man, I forget. It's in 48 Laws. There's an example of a Byzantine king, right? And he befriends like a stable boy, and he makes him his like advisor. right? And he like works his way all through the government, takes over the military and stuff, and then of course fucking kills the guy and takes his crown from him, and he becomes the dude, right?
The guy.
So like it's kind of a classic if you think about it. You see what I'm saying?
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, are we tired of winning here?
Oh,
you know, it's dub after dub. But
that would be a good shirt. It's just national debt.
$40 trillion. Yes. A win is a win, guys.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Can you guys go ahead and repost the stream? Go ahead and like if you guys are on X. That I'm gonna send it to Harrison.
I'm gonna text Harrison right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
We would appreciate any reposts from you guys. It really helps get enough people in here. We're gonna have a nice chill stream tonight. Definitely gonna be engaging with you guys a little bit more since we don't have a guest. We don't have a deep dive tonight. We had to take a break from that as well. But we definitely want to hear from you guys. Definitely in the chat. You guys were active pretty early on, so. Okay, let's go back to that. Oh, go ahead and play that.
Yeah, keep playing it.
No.
Oh,
Wes got something.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
We're winning, folks. Believe me, it's tremendous.
Dude, Wes, you're quick on the keys, man. Quick on the keys. Let's go back to Alex and let's just finish out that video.
Yeah, I just texted him. I was like, please repost the stream. I texted him. We'll see if I texted him too.
Oh, your dad?
Yeah, I texted my dad. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
We got to end this. You know, we blew up most of our military, but we got to now move on. And then he's back to this again, just this seesaw back and forth. But there's more in the news now. And we've got one of Trump's chief advisors just went public that Israel offered him $20 million a year to be a propagandist and work for them in the last couple months. Now, Netanyahu talked about the hundreds and hundreds of millions. It's what, 780 million plus 500 million in the last year has been spent on domestic propaganda in America. Do the math on that. And again, I don't care what foreign government it is. That shouldn't be going on. But when you say, hey, I don't want a foreign government getting us into a war, period, plus one we can't win easily or very hard, if even, I don't want the president getting us into wars without congressional authorization. That's the Constitution, much less a foreign government. And I went for a swim today at Barton Springs, and I had a lot of fans come over. But I had one guy walk over, are you that guy? And I said, yeah. And he goes, how dare you hate the Jewish people? And I said, you're the one saying that, pal. What does that have to do? Ben Gvir and Netanyahu drag us into a war and doing greater Israel. If I don't support that and take their money, I hate you. I go, those people are hiding behind you. And he couldn't believe I wasn't guilted by his crap. And I said, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Okay, you are the one hiding behind Jews. I'm so sick of it.
I think he makes a phenomenal point there, and that's why I threw it in the thing. It's like, no, you're the one making it racial, actually. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got something to do with evil people, like, like Nazis. You have to get, we have still Germany, don't we? And you don't have Hitler.
No, 100%. And look, you and I have definitely had various disagreements on this topic. We have gone and debated about different aspects, but I am shifting my perspectives as I'm watching everything play out, right?
Bro, it's just the disdain, the disrespect.
Yeah.
It's like pretty insane.
Like there's a certain level at which, I'm not anti-Semitic, but I also can call out when people are doing things wrong. And there is wrong in every single group. And whoever the hell is at the head or the spear of the head of the spear here, making the decisions to continue this is not a good decision. And that doesn't mean every single Jew is bad. So it's like, I get it. It's like me in the situation. Like I have a problem in my own community. There's black people and then there's niggas. Okay?
I heard boomers say the same thing.
Like listen, like even black people don't like the black people that do that type of stuff, right? Okay? So that's really where my standpoint is when it comes to this whole Jew thing. It isn't all Jews. I'm just that is true. It's people in power. It's just like if everyone hated America and I'm like, I didn't make any of these decisions. I just want to live and be able to eat my McDonald's and chill. Like, that's my president doing that stuff.
I call it gas station politics, right? You just want to be able to go to a gas station, have things be affordable, not be afraid someone's going to like knife you or something like that. You know, just like have a peaceful morning and be able to enjoy it stress-free. I think we can draw a pretty clear corollary between like two things, right? So we look at who we have in America right now, a contingent of people, 20, 30% that really support this war, support, the trying to bring about the apocalypse and whatever, and they genuinely believe that stuff, right? And they're not Jewish, they're Gentile, they're Christian Zionists, right? Yeah, so like that is a cult.
Or you can call them like Some of them are white Anglo-Saxon.
Well, that's different. White Anglo-Saxon is just like what I would be traditionally, right? Like that's not like a derogatory.
It's not
term.
a derogatory,
but it's the Christian Zionists, specifically like the Schofield Bible stuff that believes in the Greater Israel. Yeah, and then if you go over there, it's the same type of thing. We're kind of a pale imitation of what they are. You see what I'm saying? We have this large minority, but it's very close to being a majority population that believes this like really insane, evil stuff. And like I would say us believing in the war is the same type of thing. I would also say I've met actual neo-Nazis at protests and stuff. I've met black Hebrew Israelites who are black supremacists. I've met, like La Raza people. Racial supremacy in any group is seen as wrong.
Oh, I'll speak to it. I agree with you.
Really quick, racial supremacy in every group is seen as wrong, but then you can't call out and say, hey, I think it's wrong when you guys are doing things on a racial supremacist basis. And I think a lot of the Israelis are doing that, doing kind of like the Zionism is like they're trying to make it this, it shouldn't be, but a Jewish supremacy thing.
No, I 100% agree with you, because one thing that bothers me is when we have there is such thing as black supremacy.
Sure.
I've seen crazy stuff where like, white man walking in the wrong part of the neighborhood just gets beat up for no reason. I'm like, guys, we're better than this, right? There's no reason to condone that type of behavior. Same thing with like people say like, oh, reverse racism isn't possible. No, if you are excluding anybody or you think that you are superior than anybody and you try to enact your will on those people, you can be racist. And everybody has bias, okay? That's a real thing. You see an Asian, you might think he's pretty smart. Like
true.
There's biases that every group has, right? I'm not going to diminish the things that have happened in slavery, but the thing is that like I wasn't alive during that time period. It's a very tough decision when you talk about how people try to use that as a way to weaponize it. Well, if you're going to talk about it, but don't use it to create a reverse racism situation.
We're here now. Okay, we're here now, and we have to deal with reality now. And as we become more tribal, we become less strong as a society, and that's a part of the general like demoralization.
It's just crazy, dude. All of this stuff, if you really boil it down, it's coming down to a division of it's two things in my opinion. It's either fighting over resources, or it's that race and religious aspect that has created a divide to where people really just hate each other that much.
There's that, but both of those are deliberate, and both of those are caused by the wars and by like just the pain and the drug addiction and all of it. Like this country has really been destroyed by design. And it's very like, I think about it, and you look at what Trump does, and you look at what Biden does, and all of them, whatever, but just recently Trump and Biden, and you're like, these are the things that I would do if I was trying to destroy the country, like Iran war, Biden opening the borders, letting like 20 million people in here. Like it makes no sense. And both the left and the right do these insane anti-American policies.
Yep. And how we know this works look no better than what the British did.
Right.
During the colonialism, they had a divide and conquer strategy.
There's manuals on it.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, if you ever wonder why India and Pakistan are fighting, dude, they're ethnically the same origins. They're the same people. It's like
they drew the line.
It's like we drew a line from like East Coast and West Coast, and we just said they're two different people, but we're all Americans, right?
Right.
That's kind of the situation. And they made those two groups basically hate each other to the point where they are always forever going to be in some perpetual conflict.
Will you give me 1 second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find nicotine pouches. So
is there here?
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Tim saves the day.
Saves the day.
Saves the day, and we got plenty of them. But yeah, let's get back.
All right, let's get back in the news here.
Let's go to Iran's top military advisor to the supreme leader explains the current escalation over the Hormuz fees. So this is from, as they say, the horse's mouth, right? So this is the RGC commenting on what's been going on, and this is caption or subtitled and caption. So yeah, just start playing it.
But regarding fees, there is a cost dimension to this matter. There is a tolls discussion, a fees discussion. Our current discussion is about service costs in the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, we want to maintain the security of the Strait of Hormuz. We want to protect the environment of the Strait of Hormuz. We must establish insurance mechanisms so that if incidents occur, ships that encounter problems are covered to reduce their risk. And when we provide all of this, these costs cannot come out of the pockets of the Iranian people. These costs must be collected from those who are transporting oil through this strait.
Just moments ago, the White House formally responding to our interview with Dr. Rezai. This is from Anna Kelly, White House Principal Deputy Press Secretary, saying there are no tolls, no insurance costs, and no other charges of any kind being sought or received by Iran on ships traveling the Strait of Hormuz. The president has been clear that Iran cannot toll the strait. That was a big part of the reason you saw Secretary of State Marco Rubio here in the region this week, as many Gulf state allies have articulated.
What do you think? Let's go rewind. Let's play what he said again.
Yeah.
Really quick. Just at the beginning. The Iranian commando man. Awesome.
But regarding fees, there is a cost dimension to this matter. There is a tolls discussion, a fees discussion. Our current discussion is about service costs in the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, we want to maintain the security of the Strait of Hormuz. We want to protect the environment of the Strait of Hormuz. We must establish insurance mechanisms so that...
Okay, so they're shooting themselves in the foot right here. Tolls are illegal.
I don't want that.
You can't. Well, they're gonna like you said.
And toll in international waters.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's international waters. It's their coastal. Like
no. But in between, there's multiple countries that could have ownership over that strait. Are you kidding me?
I guess that's what's being fought over.
Like that's the whole reason why they've said no one can do tolls. It's like you're going to immediately pass that cost to the average person, right?
I guess so. I need to do a little bit more research there for sure. But I know they're definitely trying to get the additional fee or the environmental fee, and definitely by naming it tolls, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
And you know what's crazy? They would have never had this idea had we not taken them to war.
Well, of course. And that's the thing is like this entire war here, just cut back to us. This entire war is being fought right now just to return to pre-war conditions. Okay. That's all we're doing. And when they come out there.
Pre-cucked conditions.
Yeah. Pre-cucked conditions. Exactly. But when they come out there and they're like, JD's like, it's actually good for America. And it's like, oh yeah, we were going to have to organize $300 billion to Iran before. And we got even more crazy stuff. There's too much to even get into, but now Iran says that they might develop the bomb or are going to develop
crazy, unprecedented times.
And it's like, who could have seen that coming after you killed the guy that banned it?
Just to answer your question, the Strait of Hormuz is not considered international waters or high seas. Instead, it is legally designated as international strait that falls entirely within the overlapping territorial waters of Iran and Oman.
Yeah, that's the thing. So Iran and Oman have to have that partnership, right? And I think the reason why the tanker was struck was because the U.S., like we are like the worst. Like we're always like that guy behind the tree. We're always like trying to talk to everybody. We're like, hey, come on, like this is gonna work out for both of us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let this a Panamanian tanker.
You can throw that map up there. That's fine.
Yeah, this is what the whole world is being. It's like in a jiu-jitsu choke right now. It's in a rear naked choke right now because of the Strait of Hormuz. What does it look like in a Rorschach test? What does it look like to you?
Like a kidney? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of abstract.
But I can definitely see what's going on there. It's just disappointing.
Oh, imagine living there. Isn't that cute and cuddly?
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to live there at all.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean we do a toll for Panama Canal.
Right.
Yeah. But we're America, guys. The rules don't apply to us.
We gave it back, right? We gave it back.
Well, we did sell it to Panama for like $1, but now we took it back, right? Because China was about to own it.
Oh man, I lose track. Maybe Wes can fact check us on that one. Let's
get into the next one.
Let's get into the next one. So this is really quick. U.S. and Iran agreed to halt strikes. It's an Axios article. U.S. and Iran agreed to halt strikes and meet this week, U.S. official says. The U.S. and Iran agreed to stop attacking each other, according to a senior U.S. official, as the two sides plan to meet Tuesday in Qatar's capital to work out their dispute over the Strait of Hormuz. why it matters. The ceasefire is barely 11 days old and blah, blah, blah. We're not retarded. We already understand all of that. The latest, we decided to stop all kinetic activity. A senior U.S. official told Axios, using the military's term for strikes and other attacks. Isn't that cute? They have like kinetic activity warfare, killing people. A second U.S. official tells Axios both sides will stand down for now and that vessels can move freely as technical talks are set to continue. Both U.S. officials and a third source with knowledge confirmed the meeting on Tuesday.
I've played these games before.
Dude, you're telling me.
I've played these games before. This is the same thing we've been saying for weeks now, folks.
Right.
Same thing. Man, you know what?
We have to go through the slop. It's slop at this point, too.
Maybe I need to just start tracking bets. I'm gonna need to go on like Kalshi or Polymarket, and maybe I need to track and see like if there's like any large positions going on here.
Yeah, no, well, that is the way to do it. And I have a whole nother piece, and it's not prediction market related, but it's on someone else, grifting in the government. And just kind of like making a Reddit post about it. And who knows if it's fake or real, but it looks believable to me.
Who is it?
It's just a rando going like, hey, like I'm part of this government program and I know when they're going to place like large bids on these companies. So I short the whatever and then I profit and I make a bunch of money. And just think about all the people that are in positions like that.
Unreal.
Right. And that's what really perpetuates all this shit. And it's really disgusting that politicians can buy stocks. It's really disgusting that they can, call she. It's like, how do you know that they're not telling their second cousin, like, we're putting 50 grand on the bombs?
No, and the best part about Polymarket, the fact that it's fully anonymous.
Right.
You're buying in crypto.
They're not investigating either. Fuck that.
You're not tracking where that payment, because it's really hard to know who is the owner of a wallet. It's just an ID. Right. It's just the beautiful, perfect crescendo of a scam that we've modernized. And do you know what's happening now? Robinhood has started to step up to the plate and do the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you can do prediction.
Robinhood is starting to, I think, come out with their own prediction markets. Dude, the wheels have come off the tracks.
Yeah, it's a mixture, the .com bubble, 2008, the oil crisis. It's a mix and match of all the different kind of like economic crises.
Yeah, and not to get off the train here, I'm actually seriously looking at taking some of my assets out of the stock market. And that's because, you're 100% right. It's specifically the U.S. stock market, because the fundamentals of what it's looking like, we could be within a market crash is due within the next couple of years. Or it might even be sooner than that, just as far as you look at the boom and bust cycle.
Well, it's just, I think what happens is like, as you get more and more extreme, it's like a person that is smoking crack probably isn't at the point of like, doing the trank dope or whatever that we've seen, right? But it's still a hard drug and you get on that track. And the empire, just like the empire is like the bureaucrats and the people in the stock market and like, people with real money. They're just like, we're just going to keep playing the casino. Like, we do not care.
No, 100%. And by the way,
because the fallout doesn't truly hurt them.
And by the way, you're not going to really see it reported widely or have like any like the big companies like Goldman Sachs, because it's not within their best interest to start telling people about something like that, because you don't want people to take their money out of the market.
Absolutely.
So they're going to tell you, hey, everything is fine. But to Rex's point, and this is not financial advice, gold
indemnify.
No, I'm not joking here. Like, gold, having a little bit of cash stocked up is not a bad idea at this point in time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because let's say we do experience another major crash like the .com bubble. Okay, what happens as a trickle-down effect is company stocks come down.
Right.
When company stocks come down, it affects their profits. What they do with those profits that are affected, the first thing they look at is starting to cut headcount.
Right.
Because that's the quickest way that you can save money and stop the bleeding.
Right.
And that means you could see job losses uptick as much as they're already laying off people. We're in unprecedented times, well, as black pill as it sounds.
I heard another stat today that'll terrify you.
What?
And I think we're almost at like 30% of the unemployed have been unemployed for 6 months or longer.
I believe it.
Right? So like that.
I believe it.
And that's the type of stuff that people are like, oh, that happens in the background. Yeah, until you see, 100 people on the street that weren't there before.
No.
And like that happens like that.
100%.
100%. I know how like all of us are having to walk the line of having to pay the bills, You know, it's brutal out here.
It is brutal out here.
You know,
100%.
And they're like, oh, well, we're in Washington, D.C. or Mar-a-Lago. We're fine. We're worth hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. We're on social media. We have podcasts. Aren't we cute? And you're like, fuck you. I'm broke. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And no matter how hard I try, and even doing better, it's like month after month after month, the costs go up.
Yep.
And then it's not even just that. When you're, you know, on a small business level and you have to interact with people and get them to be like, okay, it's worth it for me to give you this currency to get this product for this benefit. They're like, man, you know, there's a lot of benefit in eating food, you know, and food is more expensive. So why am I going to buy your widget, whatever it is?
Right.
I could go buy food. And that's like third world shit. Low key, high key.
Right.
I don't like it.
Right. Stagflation.
And then the older people, and some younger people as well, whatever, they're like, just stop eating the fast food, bro. I did that. I'm not eating the fast food. I'm not spending the money on the fast food. It's still intolerable, okay? Buying ground beef for over $7 a pound is intolerable.
Yeah, I was looking at the calculation. Like, somebody could, in theory, like, live off of McDonald's longer than they could live off of, like, buying the healthier version of that stuff, because it is pretty freaking expensive. And the portions aren't like massive.
Right. P. Terry should sponsor me. I'd get a giant back tattoo.
Crazy.
Yeah, but we got...
Let's go into the next one.
We got a lot more. I want to just throw this tweet up as an example of people pushing against the deal, Zionists. This is somebody, and it's not somebody that I know, as in like, it's not like a Laura Loomer or like a Yal Jacoby or like a Gunther Eagleman or something, somebody like that. This is just, you know, like a robot for the empire. And this is what Trump is hearing. Like, this is the argument that's being made that I guarantee is in Trump's ear. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. This is how Lindsey Graham talks, probably. If you speak out against the deal now and it still happens, then yes, you lost. But at least you can tell yourself that you did everything in your power to oppose it while there was still a chance. They're talking about the deal like it's another Holocaust, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you must go back to war. Maybe that's just me. My worst case scenario is that I wasted my time. Oh, who the fuck are you? You wasted your time. What are you trying to take?
Who is this person?
Exactly. That's my whole point.
Diana Bloom. You sound unimportant,
dude. This is what my
7,000 followers. Look, it's a slop, man.
It's just it may be AI, maybe.
No. Go back to her profile. I guarantee you this is a bot.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
She joined April 2026. No real photo.
Yeah. Oh, joined after the war.
Where is it based? Based in Germany.
Started after the war, talking about American politics, talking to our president. Right.
And I bet you go back to her profile just really quickly.
No, sure, I got you.
I want to just look at her post. She's probably rage baiting. She doesn't have anything of substance.
No, well, it's just all that one thing. And that's the thing is like how many of these narratives are truly just fabricated?
Bots.
Like, dude, I'm telling you, bro, like and that's why, like, with the Massey election and shit, like, I don't know anymore, man.
You don't know?
I don't know anymore. My whole point is, like, you can use therapy language and HR talk to couch the most destructive, evil things on the planet. And this is essentially like a robot or like an intelligence agent or somebody,
right?
A Zogbot or doing whatever, advocating for war. So I just want to throw that up really quick. Quick little anecdote there. Going back to the rundown. All right, let's get into this. This is a serious video, and then I've got a serious article to get in on this. You're going to learn a lot. This is the little mini deep dive for tonight. Let's go ahead and play this Mario Newfall clip on the oil situation.
There's a report that the Department of War has a minimum threshold. They want to see 243 million barrels left in there. And you have to make some assumptions about what that means. There's only 331 right now, so that only leaves 88 million barrels to go at current drawdowns rate. That's 10 weeks. But they always have to leave 10% in there. So when you subtract the 10%, which is of the total capacity, which is 713 million barrels, that's another 71 missing. That means there's only 2 weeks left that they can draw down at current rates of about 9 million barrels per week. If the Department of War has a say and says, no, we have to leave something in reserve just in case, right? For true emergencies, not gas approaching $4.50 a gallon. That's not an actual emergency. I mean, going to war with China, that would be an emergency, right? So that's one level. If the Department of War doesn't have a minimum floor and doesn't really care, and I can't imagine that they wouldn't, then we probably go to about October 4th. So the actual number we can manage here in the United States is somewhere between those two numbers, 2 weeks, 14 weeks, you pick. What assumptions you want to make. Now, they could always draw that down more slowly or even more quickly. Its max drawdown rate is about 4 million barrels a day. And we're doing about 1.4-ish right now, 1.3.
Are we still drawing it down now, or we've slowed, we've stopped? We're still...
We'll see what the next report is. Last week was a pretty hefty drawdown. So it looks like it's going to start slowing down because they've had fewer bids for the oil that they wanted to release from it. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think that's the ticking clock in this story. Iran can wait. They know they can wait. All they have to do is make sure that, some X million barrels per day is missing coming out of that strait, and the pressure is now on the United States side of the court.
Yeah. Well, a good time now is to talk about the massive drop in the price of oil. It seems to have given Trump a bit of breathing room, the ability to...
That seems to be a problem. It seems that whenever Donald gets breathing room, he commits, heinous act against the planet. He fucks things up royally, I guess would be the impolite way to say it. So we have a situation where the price is coming down, where people are feeling better. And we were talking about that earlier, and now it's all over again.
Well, I like what this person said, because this is part of it. This is part of the key to the equation.
Absolutely.
Here. So on April 7th, traders sold 960 million in oil contract hours just before the ceasefire. Now I will have to do my background check, but I'll take you on your word. Announced on March 23rd, 870 million was dumped in just 30 minutes before Trump announced. Yup.
No, it's literally a thing as to where it's like a Looney Tunes character. He attacks on the weekend when the markets close. He's the second the market closes, he attacks, and then on Sunday he declares peace.
100%.
That's literally what happened this last sequence.
100%.
The shit started on Friday, and then now on Sunday we read the Axios report that they're going to be meeting on Tuesday, and that's why you say not just being okay with the news. I totally get it. I totally understand.
Well, it's just we've gone into this alternative universe,
right?
Where I have to sit and I have to literally, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but I have to watch people like Mark Levin on my feed.
Hezbollah.
Trump, you just better do the right thing, and you better hurry up with the war. We want more death. It's Mark, none of your kids are over there. None of your family members are in that country that is being attacked. Of course, you're going to be able to sit there and be on the sidelines. Guarantee you, if you started having bombs dropped over your head, you'd probably be like, stop the war.
Right.
It's too much. I can't handle it anymore.
No, that's the thing is give them a gun and have them go fight. Seriously. And who cares if you're fat or old or a chick or whatever? If you're a warmonger, I don't care. You have to go over there and do this.
A battle royale. You send all the warmongers on a Fortnite plane.
Yes.
And you just ship them out there.
It's time. They have it all figured out. Maybe they can take over the country after we failed to do it after, striking it 10,000 times.
Well, you see, Rex, I really washed his ball. I was looking for my glasses. I just can't find them. I think I lost them after I was washing Trump last night.
I was washing Trump's balls. I think they're under the table. I was washing Trump's balls, and I realized as I was doing it, the glasses had fallen under the table. I said, Mr. Producer, Mr. Producer, can you get the glasses from under the table so I can keep washing Trump's balls? I can't find them, Mr. Producer. I can't find the balls, Mr.
Mark
Producer.
just took me over. Hello, guys.
Mark, I'm glad I got another me here so we can really focus on the war.
Yes. Rex, what do you want to talk about today?
There aren't enough bombs being dropped on Hezbollah. Even though it's a part of the peace agreement, I don't think our president needs to read that. I don't think it's important. We need to back Israel to the hilt in Lebanon right now.
Daddy Bibi, yes.
Daddy Netanyahu, sexiest man alive.
Sometimes I just talk about Paris, but it's really Eiffel Tower, and I'm thinking about Bibi and Trump. It's just... it's just the best.
Here, give me the glasses. I got yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm good, guys.
It's the Green Goblin mask. It's interesting how it all makes everything fall into place, doesn't it, Mr. Producer? I fell in love with Donald Trump, back in the 90s, but I wasn't bold enough to say anything about it. I wasn't sure how he'd think about my kink, though, about wanting to start all these wars and wanting to blow up the planet. But, you know, he liked it at the end of the day. Mr. Producer, we've killed a lot of Hezbollah and Hamas, haven't we, Mr. Producer?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
And when I say Hezbollah and Hamas, I mean innocent civilians that I lie about. Because I'm Mark Levin and I get off on civilian murder.
Mark, you know you're my most trusted ball washer.
Yes, absolutely.
You get in all the best places. I love it. I love you.
I'm going to stop doing it if you don't take us back to war. I'm going to stop doing it right now. I'm going to pull the plug on this whole operation.
Mark, don't do that to me. We know we do the biggest wars. We do the biggest, the best.
Mr. President, and Mr. Producer, I haven't been feeling much like a real nigga lately, to be honest with you, Mr. Producer.
Well, let me just play that little Kanye West song. We're gonna go niggas deep.
No, not that song, Mr. Producer. He's being anti-Semitic, Mr. Producer. He's trying to play Heil Hitler, Mr. Producer. That's not funny, Mr. Producer. Oh, okay, all right. Too much.
All right, we're back.
We like to have fun, and the best way really to do it is to ridicule these people because they're all insane.
It's insane.
And there's like this weird political worship that goes on, especially with the older people, as we're like, oh, they're amazing. Trump is my hero, President Trump. And I used to be like that, and that version of me was retarded. Okay? Please stop. Just please stop trying to kill the country.
Rex, that takes a lot of fucking balls.
We've been fucking saying it for months and months, dude.
We have.
Like, seriously. Like, I am so tired of this.
Dude, it used to not be cool to talk on this space and speak against Trump. The times have changed, man.
You remember, though, right?
Dude, those were dark days because you used
to criticize our president.
That's my president. How dare you
criticize him?
Good grief. But like seriously, though, people came after us and were like, 1973 War Powers Act, he has 60 days. Well, 60 days came and gone a long time ago.
First of all, it's supposed to be 30 to withdraw. We weren't withdrawing anything.
Right.
So, yeah, we were well past that, but it doesn't matter. Let's get into the next story here.
Let's just really quick, let's go ahead and go to, we can go back to the oil situation deep dive later. Click on Iran says they must build nuke. And I'm going to read the start here. Click on it if you will.
Oh, my.
Ain't this fun?
Oh, my.
And you know what they'll do?
This is a joke, right?
No, this is for real. You know what they'll do? The people that are pro-war, they'll say, we told you they were going to make a nuke. And it's like, we made them need to get one. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. And that's what the Strait of Hormuz is. That's their weapon of mass destruction, right? So, like, they already have one economically. Now they want to get one. Pakistan has already said, very crazy, they've said, we will nuke Israel if they are bombed. So they're in the game now. I'm going to go ahead and read this. Iran has no choice but to develop a nuclear bomb. A media outlet linked to the RGC said, latest threat to the peace deal. The article titled, No Choice But to Build the Atomic Bomb, claims that Iran must negotiate with its enemies from a position of strength. It was published by Iranian state news outlet Fars on Sunday. So what I take this as being is like, this is not a statement from the supreme leader, nor is it a statement from their high council, which picks the supreme leader.
This is from their war hawks.
Yeah, exactly.
Their war hawks division.
This is their Lindsey Graham.
This is their Lindsey Graham.
You see what I'm saying?
Iwo Jima.
We can do this.
We could do this.
We need to get a Lindsay wig. I guess that's
this is the Lindsay.
No, it's not blonde enough.
It's not blonde enough. Yeah, you're
right.
right.
I'm a little fairy Tinkerbell. I got blonde hair and a blonde wig. That's Lindsey Graham.
Tap my feet 3 times and they say I live at Disneyland.
Tap my feet 3 times and go back to war. Okay, I'll
keep reading.
To achieve the peace and calm that Iran needs, it must absolutely reach nuclear deterrence to ensure that the rest of the issues can be resolved through negotiation. Thunders the peace. I hate writers like that. Just says it. Before comparing Iran's situation with the U.S. with the U.S. to that of China in the 1970s, and here scroll down.
What is this?
And that's their civilian nuclear program.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, and that's another thing too. Is like this is New York Post, so this is like an establishment article. That's the conflation, right? And that's what Trump has gotten mixed up over and over again is the nuclear program, which in the MOU we've agreed to let them have, versus the nuclear weapons program, which they've said as a matter of law since 2004 we're not interested in building one.
Well, look at this photo. This is real.
Can't blame them, man.
Hey, guys, this is real. And look. You know, as much as I don't want them having a nuke. I don't give 2 shits what people have to say. Call me.
I don't want them to have a nuke either.
Call me Islamophobic or whatever. This is not about that. I don't want anybody to have a nuke. Also, just remember they literally chanting like "Death to America" inside Parliament. I remember, there was a poll that somebody put out, and they said, "Would you rather have?" They said people would say they would rather have Iran bordering the United States, and I was like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Here's the thing. I look at that. I look at that down at the USA thing, and I think about the war that they fought against Saddam Hussein when we backed Saddam and gave him chemical weapons. So even though, like, I don't want them to have a nuke either. Absolutely not. I want this. Like, I'm a non-proliferation, anti-war person.
Just because they're the underdog does not mean that they are like God's gift to Earth now.
This is why the ultimate. Like here's the thing. Here, cut back to us really quick. If you're in a relationship, okay, and the relationship is not working out, and she is really crazy, she hits you, whatever. What do? Do you hit her back or do you leave? You leave, obviously. You leave the situation. And that's what we needed to do. We need to declare victory and go home. Like, I think from day one.
I think we're too afraid. I think are you talking about leaving like Israel or just in general? The Middle East?
Fuck it.
Well, we're too afraid of that power vacuum.
I know. And that's a valid argument.
Yeah.
I understand it. But that's like, couldn't we have a come to Jesus moment where we sit down with the other world powers and we're like, look, you guys are reliant on our economy, mainly China, and you do not need to see us go under. We cannot keep doing this. I think it takes like accountability within the nation, and then people in America will never acquiesce to that because it's my collar is blue, my neck is red. It's that attitude in the government.
So here's
and people will call me.
I agree with you.
Really quick, people will call me like commie for saying that, but I do believe it to be true. So go ahead.
No. I agree that should be the standpoint. My concern is that we've allowed the ball to far so down the hill that even if we were to do that. Would, let's say, China and Russia not try to take the lead and like start doing what we did to them for so long?
And then that's
right?
That's super,
like that's my concern.
And that's super valid because, you know, like does there need to be a withdrawal? I do believe that, yes, but just look at, like you referenced earlier, Afghanistan, where you have the people falling off the planes, right? So like it's definitely that shit. It's the gray area.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a very tricky situation because I'm just going to say, like, we don't want China to also be number one and have what they got going on over there. Not ideal, but we can keep reading the article.
Yeah.
Or was that the end of it?
No, that's the portion I wanted to read here. Scroll up really quick if you would. Yeah. All right. And I hate the ads and stuff. It's just so horrible.
They got to pay somehow.
Yeah. America threatened China with nuclear attack twice, similar to Trump's recent nuclear threats.
When did we do this? Back in the day?
70s.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But when when did Kissinger secretly meet with the Chinese and then negotiate? It was when China built the atomic bomb. So it's just making an argument for the agency of the country. Nuclear deterrence means that you can reach a balance of power against America and Israel, who possess atomic bombs, not so the war does not happen, but so if the scope of the conflict remains, scope of the conflict remains controllable. Under the MOU, Iran agreed to allow IAEA inspectors to regain access to its nuclear. I don't know if that's true. There's a really weird portion of the MOU. Here, come back to us. We're good on the article. There's a really weird portion of the MOU where it talks about in 6 months, there's going to be a directive to, like, a coalition of countries will come and extract the nuclear material or whatever from the destroyed sites.
Yeah, because you need to. It's if you just let that stuff seep into the soil, it's bad for everybody.
But the big bone of contention is that I have watched the Iranians say, like, we are not going to let the IAEA inspectors back, and then you also see J.D. Vance say it. So, like where's the lie? Like, who's telling the truth?
Did the MOU even state that we would have?
No,
we withdrew from that deal, right? So how can we even guarantee that
we didn't withdraw from the MOU?
Not the MOU. I'm talking about the
JCPOA.
JCPOA deal, right? Didn't Trump withdrew from that, right?
Yeah, dude. They had nuclear inspectors in there more recently than that. They had them in there right before the 12-day war because they tipped off on a lot of the locations.
Right.
You remember that being a story? So, like, it's webs within weaving lies, and it's just, we try to do our best to track it all. That the main thing for you to keep in mind is just from a simplistic perspective, you have been lied to every step of the way about this conflict to the degree where no one knows the truth, even our own president. Trump don't fucking know anything. Like, but he's also in control. And that's something I didn't believe until a couple weeks ago. And then I saw this king baby routine with J.D. Vance. And I was like, fuck. Like, Trump it's like Joe Biden 2.0. That's what it reminds me of. And when you hear Robert Barnes talk about that frontal lobe dementia, it's different, right? Because, like, their motor skills are not degraded. They can still do whatever. They can still talk or appear normal. But the filter in the mind as to like, oh, it's not normal to take my pants off in the middle of the Oval Office and do whatever. Like that's gone. You see what I'm
no,
saying?
Donald, you can't do that in the middle of the.
Not in front of the intern.
No, Donald.
Not in front of the intern.
But I must.
Exactly. I got to go to war. It's like, that's not what war means. But like, seriously, that's the same thought process, because taking us to war like this is the same level of insanity as getting butt naked in the Oval Office.
Nah, dude, it's crazy though. You're 100% right, dude. When I was in high school, I used to work for a retirement home, and all those people were his age.
Man. Tim is a good guy.
All those people were his age, man. And I like can't even fathom that somebody could keep up with every single situation across the world. And we played this video on Thursday's stream. That's why Obama was like, dude, I have infinite real estate in Trump's mind, because all he wants to do is talk about me. He said, frankly, I don't know how he does it, because when you're president, and he's speaking from his own personal experience, he's like, you don't have time but to focus on like 5 to 10 different things, and those things are really hard things to focus on. So how are we imagining this guy is able to keep up? We saw him fall asleep, what, 3 different times?
Sure. No, absolutely. And it's like you say, it's just a matter of age. It's like, would you want your grandpa to be the president? No.
No. My grandma didn't know how to work an iPad. I had to show her.
Same thing.
Come on now.
Same thing. Literally. Like, imagine with the way you have to help the elder people in your family, your life, with electronics. Imagine that person trying to figure out where the Strait of Hormuz is.
And just to jog your guys' memories back, the founding fathers, we established 35 was the age for presidency, because they were like, hey, we want to make sure that that person is cognitively mature enough.
Right.
They forgot about the other end of the spectrum, and they forgot about, well, after 65, what happens to you? You still have to be able to be fit. And when we watched literally a president with dementia make it up all the way there, and he had a lot more than just dementia when it came out after. He had like prostate cancer.
Right.
He had all these different things going on, and it's like, that's not fun. That ain't. And
it's also like the president is like that Uncle Sam. He's an archetype of the country, right? He's the man that represents us all, right? So you have a thing, whereas we were talking about it earlier, and like, we'll take Bill Clinton for the white representation. We'll take Obama for the black representation, right? They are cool dudes that look like presidents. And then you look at who we have now, 2 literal senior citizens in the past. It's really disturbing.
I almost forgot we had a young president at some point.
It leads to a thing as to where we don't respect ourselves by putting those people in power that are that old. Like,
bro.
It's a disrespect for the whole society.
Like, fine, Trump's first presidency, he was young enough, maybe he was on the cusp. But now it's like, come on now. What are we doing here, folks?
Yeah. Let's we got little bits of him sleeping. Let's a little twinkle sleepy time for Donald.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm having a very nice dream. I'm asleep. Nap time. Nap, nap, nap. Not thinking about the wars. Not thinking about.
I was thinking about Mark, you know.
Having a wet dream. That's an idea for later, is to narrate sleeping Trump. That'll be funny. I'll do some edits. But that's here. Just let's get back into the news. Go to the exodus from Lebanon. This is just video of cars pulling out and leaving. Look at this. And like, this is stuff like, we don't feel the impact of this at home. We got to talk to Lebanon John. We got to have him back.
We could never feel this. This would never happen in a million years.
Can you blame him? You know?
Crazy.
But that's someone's home, you know, that's gone forever now.
So I'm saying, like, I take it for granted sometimes, you know. I get to wake up in a non-bombed neighborhood every morning. Sun is shining. Like, we would never, I'm telling you, in the entire existence of as long as you guys live here in America, and honestly, if you're across the world, you're probably in a first world country like Britain or maybe Australia. I know we had some people over there too.
Dude, shout out to our viewers in the global hood.
Yeah.
I know we got a few.
We got a few.
Shout out!
100%. You guys would never experience something like this, including here in America.
Right.
It's just never going to happen. So it's just crazy.
Hopefully.
I thought the Gulf states were kind of safe for a while, but that that proved me wrong.
Dude, Mario
after that.
Newfall is like live streaming every single day, 24 hours from Dubai, and he's like, it's fine, and it's like, well, bro, like, really?
It is fine now. Early on, it was probably an issue for sure.
Dude, it's just imagine living in like that. That is such a glass house of a region.
Canada, you too. Yeah, Canada. Like Canada's. No offense, guys. You guys are basically like America 2.0. It's like it's not much different in terms of that.
I was
aspect.
pretty kind.
No. When you guys are your own sovereign country, what I'm saying is like we would never allow anything to happen to Canada.
Right.
Not alone. Let alone you guys have your own military. So
absolutely, we are your army. But let's go to the Lebanon situation, Tucker, where Tucker's got a guest on talking about it. We got to get
against a 2026 Hezbollah force, and it's having really devastating results for the IDF. Just this time, a month ago, you had the IDF chief of staff telling publicly twice. He said it at the Times of Israel, and then he said it while he was talking to the cabinet for Netanyahu, saying that the IDF is on the brink of collapse if we don't get a massive surge of new recruits into the IDF in southern Lebanon. And the reason that they've been struggling is because they're using their Merkava main battle tanks to basically run up the gut, to basically go into these urban centers where they can't maneuver, they can't work around the way they need to, and Hezbollah's waiting. They're lying in wait, and they've got these drones, and they've got these anti-tank guided munitions, just like the Ukrainians had at the beginning of the war with Russia, and the Russians were not prepared for that, and that's why you had in the beginning such a large number of Russian tanks getting annihilated. It was because the Ukrainians had figured out how to do this new form of anti-tank warfare. The Israelis watched all of this. They didn't learn any of it, though. They didn't learn a thing. They've lost upwards, possibly, and it's very murky, but they might have lost as many as 60 Merkava main battle tanks just because they keep running these things up the gut, not using.
And I confirm this when I talked to Anthony Aguilar, last interview I did with him. This is the policy that they have because, they've been used to fighting in Gaza and other places like that where they haven't met, and they have met significant resistance there from Hamas. But Hezbollah is more capable than the Lebanese military itself, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they've said over and over again. It's not really possible to dissolve Hezbollah because dissolving Hezbollah is basically dissolving the military, right? And then you don't have a security force that's strong enough to deal with Syria or the Israelis. But the Lebanese government has capitulated to Israel.
Oh, yes.
Did you see that?
Yeah. They're basically in two different camps right now because, obviously Lebanon, the country itself and the government just wants it to stop.
Right.
But Hezbollah was formed as a resistance against Israel, and that is their entire origin of who they are. That is their entire mission after that whole situation that happened with all the different conflicts that happened back in the day. This is all about
the buffer zone.
Yeah.
The initial invasion of Lebanon by Israel, I think, was 2007 or 2008, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, this has been going on for a very long period of time. There are two clips in there. There's another clip, Wes, on that section, and we got the Levin thing soon.
What is which video you're talking about here?
It says two clips. See, so
there's two.
Yeah, there's two in the tweet.
Okay.
Appreciate everyone here tonight. Please repost the stream, subscribe to us, follow us. Gray Area Talks. Please pump up the Rumble. We need you on Rumble, YouTube as well. Rex Jones, Tim Tompkins, always here for you.
You guys basically, if you're probably watching from Rex's account because his dad has reposted.
Yes.
You can go ahead and you can follow us. Go to Rex's bio. You'll literally see Gray Area in there. You see me in there. Go ahead and give me a follow too, if you guys would please. And then once you go to the Gray Area, you can literally find our link tree with all of our different platforms. Okay.
Yes, and it's very key because every Thursday, every Sunday, we're live, 7:30 to 9:30 or 10:30, guests, deep dives, you name it. This is a very relaxed stream. And here's the thing, is I am not the guy that goes, Papa, can you please retweet me, Papa?
This is very rare.
This is the second time this has ever happened.
Yeah, you've never asked.
In the whole history of the show, which is, we're at 84.
We're at 84
episodes here.
First one was when we first had Fish back on.
Right. That was still our biggest live. We did 20K.
It was 25, yeah.
It was nuts.
Crazy. It was nutty. But yeah, look, guys, I know you guys have probably seen us together on the American Journal when we were carrying that out.
In the show together. Hodgson.
Man, I missed that. low key. I get some nostalgia just remembering that, man.
We're gonna figure it out. So like, we can take a little break to talk about this. So like, I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do. I probably won't be in the same like living situation in October. And then after October comes, definitely studio upgrade is gonna be a part of any place where I live. So we're definitely gonna have a setup to where, you know, it's very tight in here, right? Like this is like a 10 by 10 room or a 10 by 15 room, and we're both like bigger people. Like, this is a 5-foot table. So like having more space, be able to have your own interface as well.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. It's not fighting over the keyboard. Yeah, exactly. Give me the mouse. Yeah, but like there's a lot of future and potential in the show, and we're very appreciative to everyone here, really here on the ground floor. This was like the Osama bin Laden cave to start.
100%.
It's gotten a little bit better, a lot better with that beautiful background that your sister helped design. Really phenomenal gray area
Just
art.
to answer this question here, thought you were banned. No, we will never be banned on YouTube. Here's the thing. We're not controversial people in the taste that we have. And I made a very big point at the beginning.
Racial slurs, we don't do that.
I have our content go through like a filler to make sure that we're not getting deplatformed. When
we post the shorts and stuff, we've gotten hit before.
Yeah, we've gotten hit
my dad and stuff like that.
So we're very conscious about YouTube. YouTube is always amazing.
I watched Suleiman like have a little like tiny like 2-second like mental like breakdown, and I love Suleiman. I'm not criticizing him.
What happens with his?
Like he had someone on who was using like one of my favorite words to describe things, which is rape. And you know how I throw that around when talking about like the countries and what we do as an empire, and he was kind of doing the same thing talking about the U.S. And Suleiman was like, we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So,
nah, you two don't like that type of stuff.
And for a live stream like this, that's long. It's not the same thing. Like for shorts, for clips, verboten, you cannot do it. So,
So all right. So like, let's go ahead and play that second clip.
Yeah,
was that the second clip?
Yeah, I'll play the second clip.
Okay, go ahead, Bless.
Conditional surrender document. The United States started a war and it promptly lost. The Iranians have, unfortunately, strategically, at the strategic level, they have achieved victory. And where I think this goes geopolitically is a post-American Middle East in which Israel is likely now the pariah state, whereas before the war, you'll remember, even after 10/7, the Abraham Accords were really still in effect, and they were working Israel as sort of the center of this new U.S.-backed order in the Middle East. That's gone. And there's now going to be a new Middle East, and it's going to comprise, and this is my friend Dr. Artem Moeni, this has been his thesis as well, and I agree with him. There's going to be 5 powers in the Middle East now. It's going to be Saudi Arabia, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Pakistan with their nuclear umbrella, the Egyptians, second largest economy in Africa, one of the best, I think it's probably the best conventional military in the Muslim world, and then Turkey with its very impressive industrial indigenous.
Okay, so that's the thing. He's talking about the idea, Tim, and this is like the final insult, right? You're talking about this. You are a very, very level-headed guy. You're very analytical. You look for like the whole reason why the show is called Gray Area. We're looking for the truth, right?
Right.
At the same time, it's like, okay, they take us into war. Ben Gvir makes genocidal statements like burn all of Lebanon, all of that. And then it's not even contained to the current issue. They're talking about war with Turkey. Naftali Bennett, the leader of the opposition party. And you're just like, what? Like it has to stop at some point. Yeah. That's my point. You see, like,
yeah, the moment you start bringing up Turkey, you don't want no smoke.
No.
Turkey, I think, is like number 4 or number 5 in terms of military power in the world. Right?
They got, it's the biggest military in Europe for sure.
I'm gonna look this up.
And they got Jonathan Pollard's fat ass on a podcast going, and they are a member of NATO. Or it's
NATO.
Not, and I've heard him say NATO before, where he just says it NATO because he's an American kind of. He lived in America for a long period of time. I think he is from here, and he knows how to say it. But he's doing like the fake Israeli accent version of it because he's talking like a real Israeli with the actual accent. And he goes, and they are a member of they're a member of NATO. He heard him say it, so then he has to repeat it back.
Okay, I stand corrected. They're number 9.
The top 10.
They're still top 10.
Pretty advanced.
You know, they don't want any smoke. Okay, nobody wants smoke. They've got nukes. They've got literally our military capability. They literally have like.
Do they have nuclear weapons?
Yeah, they have nukes for sure.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I could be wrong.
Let's double check. I'm pretty good about knowing the nations that have.
Actually,
nukes.
I stand.
List when
I might stand corrected. Pakistan has nukes.
Fuentes talks about doing the required reading. I did the required reading like a decade ago, and some of these things I still remember.
Does Turkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good catch there.
To my head.
Okay, well, they've got crazy weapons that basically could eradicate people.
Well, did the AI overview that you had up there on our view, what it said, they have the drones and missiles. And that's like, well, that's what you need now to win. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't even need a nuke.
Like, you don't even need the nuke. Yeah. And the thing is like, the first nation to use a nuclear weapon becomes an international pariah and gets nuked themselves. Like, it's almost 100% certain. So
Anthony's trolling.
Dude, he knows the name of the show, and he goes, Gray Zone.
I heard him. I was like, all right.
Dude, I was all right. A little behind the scenes. We'll do a little behind the scenes. So I'm talking to him before, and like the way we do it is like I lay my articles out on the table always around the desk, like they're Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? And I kind of have like an internal setup of like how I'm going to get into stories, how I'm gonna do coverage, whatever. And I'm like, we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna talk about that. And I was like, and it would be really cool if you could shout out Gray Area in New American Journal. And he goes, yeah, I know what they're called. That's not how you promote things, Rex. And I was like, okay, all right, that's not how you promote things. But I want to make sure you know it, right? And then he goes on, he's like, yeah, I know what they're called. It's the Gray Zone.
I was like, I heard it at the very beginning.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
we're not Max Blumenthal. So,
no, and he said it when you and I both went on there with him, but
right.
No, we're still grateful.
We love him. Here's the thing. Here's another factoid about my dad. My dad has very, very severe dyslexia, but only when it comes to spelling. Okay, he's a great reader. He loves to read. He's good at writing. He's got phenomenal handwriting, much better than me. But I have had to help him throughout the years, like as a kid, like just like, hey, how do I spell this 5-letter word? And you're like, okay, we'll figure this out. So he's a savant on many levels.
First
is what I'm
super
saying.
chat on the night.
He's a good guy. Can we see the super chat? The only thing we get from Israel is Breeze tampons. Do those come from Israel?
What?
I know they make drugs because the Teba factory is there. I've definitely eaten some Valium that was made in Israel once or twice for sure.
Yeah. Well, and let's just, before we're going to continue, but before, there are new people in here. We appreciate you guys joining us. If you guys could go ahead and repost the stream.
Please.
We definitely appreciate you.
We love you.
I'm sure a lot of people are having fun right now. XChat is a little dead, but we got Rumble and YouTube is pretty live right now. You guys are very
Everyone's
active.
having fun. I know we got a lot
fun.
of people in here just hanging out, and you guys got to follow Gray Area Talks on Rumble and YouTube, and just follow me and
answer your question here. You asked if the American Journal. Yeah, the American Journal's.
I do,
but he does the morning
and we
show.
do morning show on Tuesday. So honestly, Gray Area is also Tuesday, Thursday, and
yeah,
Sunday.
Literally every Tuesday there has been something that has been coming up, it's new thing. So
it's just been two.
So I have not been able to, and then also they want to do another filming on Tuesday.
Oh, the documentary people. Oh, we got the Danish film crew. I don't have Rupert. I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, no, we definitely appreciate you guys. I probably won't do Tuesday because they want to do an interview in the morning and then they want to do us both together throughout the day or something. So we'll have to figure that out. Anyways.
Yeah, Rupert's in General Zod prison.
All right. So
that's a joke. He's a loving house of the family he's boarded with.
Okay, so let's see, where are we? Oh, Ukraine and Russia. What's going on there, brother?
I just had more about the money. I had a Slovakian politician talking about the EU money to Ukraine. I don't know if the figures he's quoting are exactly accurate. He's talking about $300 billion. I had only seen like $109 billion. I just threw that in there because I was trying to fill. We can go to the clip where we have Mertz talking.
Wait. Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. We'll cover this and then we go.
We have German Chancellor Friedrich Mertz yapping.
Wait, so skip this one?
Yeah, just skip that one.
What is this one? Losing $300 to $500?
Well, he's talking about, we're going to save our economy by doing XYZ when they're like falling off the face of the earth. And like Keir Starmer has a video that I reacted to like months ago where he's doing the same thing, and he's like, "We are fine, and we are gaining 700 jobs with this new program." And it's like they lose like 17,000. You know what I mean? So it's not. It doesn't matter. It's that classic politician thing that I described where you have a graph and it's just cratering, like going down into the floor, just getting stomped on, just like, but then one portion of it where it's going down, where it goes up for a little bit, and they zoom in on that and they're like, it's going up. It's all good.
Yep, they show you the little portion.
And that's the market fluctuation and the gambling that is played off of that.
100%.
Right?
Okay, let's go ahead and play that clip then.
we react to it immediate water.
Wir haben ein ziemlich großes Aufgabenpaket vor uns und im Mittelpunkt steht für mich dabei die Wiederherstellung der preislichen Wettbewerbsfähigkeit.
I'm gonna read it.
This is like week old pond water.
It's in German. Yeah, go ahead and mute it. Rewind it.
Einstein!
Sifiola.
We will have the no order and we'll have the no Europe. The consequences will be minimal. So have the no order. All right.
Okay.
That's enough Hitler for today.
All right, go ahead and play it from the beginning. Okay.
Is it muted?
Yeah. Just you can go ahead and read it.
Oh, will you restart it, Wes? I apologize. My bad. Had a little too much fun. All right. We are all aware that we need to do more. We have a rather large set of tasks ahead of us, yes. And for the main focus is on restoring the price competitiveness of our economy. Yes, we are currently losing between 300 and 500 jobs per day. Every day, a double-digit number of companies go bankrupt. Oh, yes, the more war. That means we will need to have more war. We need to make sure that we get out of this difficult... All right, pause it. So...
How do they plan on doing that when they are when they're getting abused?
Well, the thing is, like, they sat in the hotel chair, all right? They sat in the special feature chair, if you know what I'm talking about, and they watched us do this war with Ukraine and Russia, and then they watched us. We blew up Nord Stream 2. Okay, we did that. It was not Ukrainian terrorists. Who are the Ukrainian terrorists? That would be us. That would be CIA, Delta Force, Navy SEALs type guys, right? So Europe is now paying 3 times what they were paying prior to the war, prior to Nord Stream being blown up, and they're buying the oil from us, right? So that's the mafia.
And just keep in mind, our oil isn't cheap.
No,
because you have to take into consideration how far that oil has to travel to get to Europe,
right?
And there's fees associated with that. And then just think about it. They got crushed by this Strait of Hormuz situation.
Right.
Asia's probably reeling the worst out of everything, but Europe is like a close second right now.
Sure.
And you just don't get to see all the headlines, but they've been dealing with it. They're literally telling people, hey, conserve your energy, please. We can't take this, right? And I mean, I've been to Germany twice within the last year. And from my experience, I do like the country a lot. It's just, and I've talked with the local people, they're unhappy. They're probably even more unhappy than we are.
Okay.
Because they're actually struggling worse than the typical American in general. Like to buy a house there, like, so for one, so a typical salary there is like less than ours, and their housing is either more in certain circumstances or just as expensive as ours. Okay. So imagine an engineer there makes probably like $50,000 a year.
Right.
Okay. Here you're making probably like closer to like 90. So it's crazy the contrast. And they say like our politicians don't know what they're trying to do. And then they also have issues with how they're going about kind of the economic situations. And they're part of the EU, so they're absorbing the debt of the poorer countries that are making bad decisions. It's crazy. It's just a whole hodgepodge.
Yeah, it's a thing. I swear, like, you can go back and watch videos of like the Germans smiling as they demolish all their nuclear power plants, and you're just like, okay, well, like that in hindsight, like when you're a country in a very resource deprived part of the world where everything's been mined out for hundreds of years, and you need this like alternative source of energy. Like, if you make your mandate, we are a green country and we are not going to consume like hydrocarbons, but you're also the industrial base of Europe. How do you do that? Like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not just like, oh, we're liberal, we don't like gas or whatever. We're France, we're the UK. They make everything in Europe. That's the place, and you don't have energy to do that.
Yep.
you can't do the job.
And Germany is the #1 country. We're not even talking about the ones that are literally like getting reamed on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Greece is like one crisis away from like disappearing off the map.
That's right.
We haven't even really talked about that. They are having a debt crisis where they've been bailed out by the IMF. How many times? I don't even know. I have to do a deep dive to show. They're also closing schools there because of the fact that their population isn't growing. So they're literally closing schools down by like the hundreds. It's crazy. So look, it could be worse, guys. It could be worse.
Well, they got a new teaching formula. They got a new teaching program. It's a lot cheaper and it's more liberal. You just put the kid outside with rock. And that's the teaching protocol because you can't afford services because your country is bankrupt. And then who's going to come bail you out? The global bank.
And help me understand this whole AC situation. Didn't you say there was people dying?
Yeah, we got a ton of this. Let's get into this a bit if we want to scroll down. Wes, if you could find more, I got articles on this that probably get into it. And I read them, but I skimmed through them. Wes, if you can find the heat map for Europe, let's go to the CNN article really quick. He goes, CNN, that's fake news, brother. It's fake news. Watch a fake news program on interwebs. Yeah. And I got family that talks like that, and I talk like that a little bit too, so I can do the voice whenever I want. And I make fun of people from up north too. I'm a Jersey guy.
Everybody gets
lasagna sandwich, pepperoni.
Okay, so let's go ahead and Wes, it's the one. What is it called?
It's just
second from the bottom.
Yeah,
it's called article on air conditioning.
It's CNN's in the title. I'll just start reading it.
Scroll all the way to the bottom there. Okay, so oh shoot.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off. This is gonna be a funny one. Okay. All right. Brutal heat waves are coming more frequently in Europe, leaving millions of people struggling to adapt to punishing record-breaking temperatures. There's little respite. Air conditioning is very rare in European homes. Many residents ride out the heat with the help of whatever, fans, blah, blah, blah. But Europe hasn't approached heat in the same way as the historically hotter U.S., while nearly 90% of U.S. homes have air conditioning. Let's go. If you're in that 10%, you're a freak. In Europe, it's around 20%.
Unreal, 20%. What the? I'm gonna look this up while you're doing this.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're about to start talking about climate change. Okay, I don't want to hear about climate change anymore when they're building all these data centers. All right? Like seriously. And if you're gonna make this argument, where is Keir Starmer doing press conferences every day saying, the trend in the United States of building data centers is it's untenable. It's going to destroy the world. They don't care. They don't care about that at all.
ACs are not the problem here.
And this is like how you treat slaves.
Give me a BYD electric car and some of the infrastructure they have there. I'll happily give away my gas vehicle.
China's so based they just smoke cigarettes in their electronic vehicles and just drive around all day.
Like, come on now.
I'll read this.
Go ahead.
As climate change drives more severe and prolonged heat waves, which arrive earlier and earlier, some are questioning why wealthy European countries have been seemingly reluctant to adopt air conditioning, especially as the heat takes an increasingly deadly toll. I guess I can click on that, and then it will tell me who has died. I'm going to do this really quick.
62,000 people?
I didn't know it was like this.
Yeah, I have actually the stat for that. Okay, so there's a stat that says in 2022, Europe's heat deaths were higher than the total U.S. gun deaths.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you do when you're too hot, Tim? You find water, or you find long sleeve clothes and or shade.
So just to give you the numbers, that's 62,000, okay? And then our U.S. firearms deaths is around 44,000.
Wow.
So people are dying to literal
the weather.
Heat.
They're dying to like the conditions of the world.
And they complain about the guns.
Pretty crazy. A big part of the reason is European countries, blah, 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 don't need them. We don't have the tradition. The UK article I have is really dystopian. I do want to go to that here in a second. But the cost of powering an AC unit may still be out of reach for many Europeans. How broke are these people?
So I'm saying, bro, it's bad.
Dude, I lived out in the country. And I love it. It's where my family's from 200 years, but like the middle of butt fuck nowhere in a house that had a hole in the bottom of the floor with like scorpions crawling out of it where you can't drink the water. And I had like one like half working window AC unit. And that thing was fine to survive with and kept the house at like 78, you know, like in the middle of 105-degree weather. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me, oh, it's just too hot over here. The AC wouldn't work. Not a window unit. The window unit works fine.
Yep.
Siri work is great. And that's great technology that we invented. It's an American invention, baby. The air conditioner.
And they should take some of that, like just like we should adopt some of their things. I think, and the electricity is the problem. And all of their buildings are old too. A lot of the buildings are old, so they can't even accommodate it either.
Is that like historical?
Yeah,
like,
so
no, we can't do
I'll give you the breakdown here. This is the reason why they don't have ACs. So Europe was basically built for heating and not cooling. So most of Europe had mild summers for centuries. And so basically homes were designed to trap in heat during the winter. And, it's actually, that's what makes it worse during the summers. You had old buildings, which make AC harder to install.
Right.
Electricity is expensive, as we're seeing. And then the cultural attitude is different. So in the U.S., AC is treated like a normal utility. Europe is often seen as an unnecessary, wasteful, or unhealthy, or American excess.
That's
okay.
Cope. Do we talk about copium? That's cope. Damn, bro. Y'all don't like being chill? We're just too chill for y'all? Damn, dude.
And then the other aspects of it, urban apartments are a bad setup. So you've got...
That is true.
Many people live in apartments without easy outdoor space for AC condensers because we have them built into like our new buildings, right? And then basically climate change is what they're pointing to, that it's exposing the problem because Europe is warming up. The weather patterns are changing.
It's true.
So 62,000 people. Dude, go ahead and go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah,
what is that?
But it's a basic invention. It's quality technology. They should have it.
Wes, go ahead and pull that up. What is that? Oh, it's a heat map. Oh. Ooh la la.
Well, I saw one that was displayed, and it showed areas of France that were like 106 degrees.
106 degrees.
I mean, it gets that hot here. You know, like in August, it'll get that hot.
No, and I get it,
yeah, but it's still horrible.
You still can get into your AC car, and then you go into the AC building, and then the shop that you're in is going to be air conditioned as well.
I will tell you though, in the same way that like you've experienced winter in a way that I have not. Like I've spent many a summer outside in the blazing heat, and all you got to do is hide in the shade and wear long sleeves, and you'll be all right.
But being inside your house where it's all kind of like there's no moving air.
If you're not used to it, it would definitely nearly kill you for sure.
I ain't having my balls stick to my leg.
I mean, not anymore.
Forget all that, bro.
Dude,
call me bougie.
I was putting varnish on quarter rounding, and I'll never forget this. They're having me do this for the ranch, and I was out there like all day for like a week doing it, just standing out there baking, and you become water. You just drink water, and then you sweat, and then you just keep drinking water. I must have drank gallons and gallons.
Crazy.
You have to eat extra salt. It's wild.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And just to give you guys some context, like I was in Germany. Germany has probably like the best infrastructure where they're kind of more modernized than a lot of these other European countries. We're not even talking about other countries like the Czech countries or the Baltic states over there. Like they're not as advanced, right?
No, and that's the thing is like people around the world, even in places you think might be or have more money just because it's Europe or whatever, there's a lot of people that are struggling at a very baseline level. I mean, think about the reaction to Ivanka and Jared Kushner going to Albania. You saw that, right?
No, what happened there?
Damn, I thought we covered that. We got to talk about that. So this is a really quick aside. Maybe, Wes, I think you can pull this up. You just type it into X, you'll find it. There were like 1 million Albanians that were protesting against Jared Kushner and Ivanka. Or like they're building like some sort of like, you know, the villain in The Incredibles who has that island?
Yeah.
They're doing that basically.
They're building an island?
They're building the compound.
Oh, shoot.
In Albania. But the thing is like people there are poor and they're also like Muslim, right? So they're like fuck you. You know, it makes sense.
No, right? that definitely makes sense. And even like Paris is not as nice as people think. I saw like people with their videos. I'm sure you guys have seen this too. Like there's the guy who like booked an Airbnb last minute and it's like, oh, it's got views of Paris. But he's walking through like these dilapidated like buildings with like stuff that looks like it's from 1,000 years ago. It's like 8 stories worth of stairs. There's no elevators there, which I'm like, that is insane. And then you're also looking at the fact that no air condition. Dude, we're pretty spoiled here. I'm not even gonna lie.
Sure, but I don't want to be ashamed to be.
I'm not even ashamed. They need to catch up.
Yes, absolutely.
AC should be like a bare minimum. Oh yeah, T Blood says Ferris is ratchet, dude. everything I'm seeing, I haven't been to Paris, but like
Clavicular didn't have a good time.
I'm hearing Paris is just like dirty. You guys tell me otherwise.
Let's play the video.
Yeah, go ahead and play that.
And this is the Kush man. Albanians, they're ripping down.
I want to have us read it. Just mute the audio. Well,
Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'll read it. Go back. Okay, Albanians ripped down a resort construction site. Anger over Jared Kushner's plans to build a luxury resort over fragile Albanian something has ignited a broader. Slow it down a little bit.
Wetlands, like some sort of like the baby ducks live here, not anymore type shit.
Crazy. Okay, go ahead. Ignited lands rights movements. Residents from the coastal area of whatever stormed another divisive property site that has blocked their access to ancestral lands. In 2004, I had 2 ribs broken by the police. Thank goodness they didn't bring us the police today. To preserve our land, the sweat of our parents, the sweat of our grandparents. Damn.
They're not worried about a social credit score.
They are going to prison. They are going to prison. They should go to jail. And she's talking about the 2 people, the parliament and the prime minister. They opened the roads to Greece to us. Why we left? Why? So that they can get rich off with the sweat of the people. The sweat of our parents, our grandparents. Protesters broke down a fence that has prevented them from accessing a 280 square kilometer plot of land since 2004. Thousands of others shut down Albania's capital, demand Prime Minister Rama resign. And they're cheering, resign, resign, resign. The Prime Minister helped streamline Kushner's resort project, which is now under corruption investigation.
Of course, bro.
How much you want? Pause it real quick. How much you think they paid him for something like that? Crazy,
dude. And not even that much, probably.
Well, in U.S. dollars, it probably didn't have to pay that much. You're right. Bro. It's probably a crazy amount if you look at like the.
I don't trust Unc for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why I don't trust.
You wouldn't let him babysit your kids?
Definitely not my wallet. I'm not saying he's a diddler, but maybe so. Maybe so. But I don't know. It's just like used car salesmen. That's who run a lot of these countries. You know, like it looks like a sleaze bag to me.
Well, you know what? It's crazy. What will happen is like he's like, oh, I don't really see any faith in my own country. Things are miserable. Might as well take the $2 million. You know, that's the ideology
as well. It's better for my country if I take the money. I have to do it for my country. I think that's a lot of the narrative.
Yep.
But yeah, let's go ahead and go back to the UK thing because we got a little tangent there. I want to read this from the CNN article. Sometimes a bigger problem is red tape, said Richard Salmon, the director of the air conditioning company based in the UK. UK authorities will often reject you have to have an application to install this air conditioner. To install AC on the basis of the visual appearance of the outdoor condenser unit, especially in conservation areas or unlisted buildings. That's such bullshit. It's an insult to gay people to call it gay. It's beyond anything. There is also a policy angle. Europe has pledged to become climate neutral by 2050.
Okay, invent a new AC that maybe doesn't emit the same things. Does AC even emit that big of a...
It's all bullshit.
Ain't no way.
They're going to build
data
centers.
Reading. I'm going to look this up.
No, you're good. I'll keep reading. Okay. Not only are air conditioners energy guzzlers can't talk, but they also push heat outside. A study looking at AC use in Paris found that they can increase the outside temperature between about 2 and 4 degrees Celsius. I mean, locally, sure. But when you want to talk about heat pollution and stuff like that, how about having people inside places that are cool instead of dying in the street? Literally.
Okay, so it's saying air conditioners
3.2%.
3.2% of
Cry me a
global
river.
Yeah, but that's just not even that bad.
Bro.
I mean, if we look at the list of things that we could hit before that so that people don't have to freaking die, I think there's a long list that we could address before that.
Look at that. It's those wonderful hydrofluorocarbons. You see? And it's all the things in the modern world that we need that they've decided are illegal, the population can't have, right?
Well, to your point with these data centers, I mean, talk about like it's not even just the air. You're talking pollution of the water.
Yes.
You're talking pollution. Well. Yeah, you're talking about noise pollution. You're messing up the entire ecosystem. And I'm sure Europe is definitely installing their own data centers. Let me look this up too. While
how many data centers is the UK building? That would be a good one. Let's see about that. I bet the most of them are being built in like France and Germany though. Makes it, or you have to have power. That's the problem. They don't have power in Europe, so why would they build data center? You know,
they gotta have them, right?
UK is almost 100.
100.
Oh.
They're actively building 100, so they can get 100 passed for these new data centers, but you can't figure out how to get people AC.
Right. Right. And then it's this whole thing as like the human being is bad, and this is what my dad always talked about, and this is what really woke me up as a kid. It's like they hate us, right? Like they hate us, and they think that we're taking care of the people, we're shepherding the people. That's why we go to the climate conference on the private jet. Right, but you have to do better.
Well, what it means is like once it's an inconvenience to them, and then they have to feel that, then the rules will change. Like perfect example, COVID. They told us you can't be around your family. Then you saw all of these like politicians and like rich people and big people around like crowded tables having parties and stuff like that, and it was huge scandals.
Right.
Especially in California, which was the worst out of all the locations.
And it's so disrespectful.
So disrespectful. We need to have a social contract. You know what countries are really good with the social contract? Japan. They know they know the collectivism of like, hey, we all work together as a unit, and the politicians care about their people.
Did you see where they were in the stadium for the baseball or soccer?
Yeah,
cleaning up the garbage.
They were cleaning up the garbage.
Like, we certainly don't do that. I leave Zen pouches on the floor. So I need to do better. I need to be more Japanese. Let's go to the UK article because it's got quotes, and I just want to read from by order of the British crowd. All right. Why is this website busted as hell? Look at this. Tim, what am I supposed to do here? It wasn't like this earlier.
That.
Maybe that'll work.
And then just scroll.
Dude, I'm being hit with more ads.
And they think that these work.
Yeah, I got to turn the ad blocker back on. Maybe it'll work then. Okay, I can read it. Yeah, I can
refresh it.
I'll go full screen.
Okay.
All right.
He's got it there.
Yeah. All right.
Just don't move the mouse. Just don't move the mouse.
Yeah, we got it. Councils have reportedly ordered some homeowners to rip out their air controller units, or they call them air cons, air conditioner units over climate fears. Planning officers say they emit too much carbon dioxide. It should only be used as a last resort. For example, when other methods, such as open windows, are not effective. Open windows is 105 degrees. Dude, you see how disrespectful that is? It comes after a record temperature of June of 36.7 C. How much is that? Fahrenheit. I used to know the conversions. Was recorded on Thursday evening in Maryfield, Somerset. The Telegraph reported a case where one person in North London was forced to remove 2 air conditioner units from the back of their home. That's slavery.
98 degrees Fahrenheit.
Just cry me a river, honestly. It happens here.
Well, I mean, their bodies are not acclimated to it.
Brits trapped in boiling homes from unbearable new builds to bifold. Sorry, keep scrolling down because there's some quotations here. That is a whole other factor, what you just mentioned, Tim, which is where as you get exposed to the hot weather, like after you go through like periods of like warming through the spring and the summer here, your blood becomes more plasma. So you get more plasma in your blood, and that helps you deal with the heat. It's in the same way like you live in a high altitude place.
That makes sense because when I first came here, I almost died the first summer.
Exactly.
I was like, how are you guys surviving? Now I can walk out at 90 and I can be in long pants.
That's the adaptation.
And I'd be like totally fine.
Yes, and they don't have that because this is not normal for them. I guess, is this the end of it, Wes? I thought there was a lot more of it. Okay. We can go ahead and get off this one. Oh, it's just, I got to be able to scroll on my end because it's not. Okay, now
it's working.
All right, now it's working on my end. So I'll go ahead and find the part I wanted to read. All right. In most cases, you don't need planning permission to install air conditioner units unless you live in a flat or listed building. So no apartment gets AC.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, right? It is estimated that less than 5% of UK homes have air conditioning. Another resident was ordered to remove 3 units. They later won an appeal because the property had other eco upgrades. See, you have to. I'm a part of the system. I'm good. and then you're able to get away with it.
A good boy,
dude. And it's like, oh, like what is he gonna do? Does he have to whip himself to atone for the sin of having 3 air conditioners? Like the priests, like the Catholic priests or whatever, would like whip themselves or like whatever. It's like, oh, I'm so
10 lashings.
Exactly, like literally, bro. Like just get over this. A Camden council spokesman told the newspaper its planning policies prioritized simpler, low-energy ways of keeping homes cool. All right, they added, residents seeking planning permission needs to demonstrate that alternative, more climate-friendly measures are not suitable, that units will not create noise or other harmful impacts on neighbors. Enforcement action in these cases is rare and only used as a last resort when you don't comply, where this guidance is not. You see, the last resort is you don't obey. Like, come on, dude.
Okay, so here's my standpoint on this, on the global stuff, right?
Right.
I understand what Europe is trying to do. As just from a moral standpoint, I support it. Right?
Really?
But no. When I say from a moral standpoint, of trying to be green and actually do things where we like coexist with our planet, totally understand. But the problem is when your focus is all over the place and you're not doing the right things. Like, one, we could be putting a lot more money into making these things easier for people. Like, if you really are afraid of emitting these types of things, someone create some research and develop a new AC that emits less emissions. You could do that instead of throwing missiles and lobbing them over into Iran, right?
That's the whole point. It's like, what's the carbon footprint of the wars? That would be a whole deep dive to do this. See what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you cannot do this to the planet. We care so much, and then they're like lobbing bombs.
Right.
Like paying I want to see for that $109 billion loan that the Europeans gave the Ukrainians, I want to see the carbon footprint of that. You see, because like if the true thing is like the planet is going to die unless we do all this stuff. And it's also not that, because China's still doing it, whatever. India's doing it, whatever. And they have massive manufacturing.
No, I mean, here's the thing. There is a good middle ground, right? What China's doing, they don't care about any of like the economic or I'm losing my train of, not geopolitical stuff. They don't care about any of the environmental concerns. Like, they're literally letting like toxins seep into their grass and stuff, and people are dying, right? We don't want that. Like, some of the stuff we have here for regulations, great thing, because humans shouldn't be consuming some of the things that come out there. But with that being said, China is also doing something phenomenal where they are figuring out, okay, how do we charge batteries faster? How do we put more infrastructure around so that people can actually go from one place to another and not worry about their electric vehicle not having to run out of battery? Like, I would gladly change to an EV if I knew it didn't take me 20 hours to charge that.
No, this is literally the key, because you look at China and you look at their like bad industrial policy, how they treat the environment, but you also see them staging onto the next level, like whether it's the solar field out in the Gobi Desert and all that stuff. They've fixed the battery problem on the scale, because when you're collecting mass solar, the issue is where you're going to store all that energy. They've been able to figure that problem out at least somewhat, and by doing that, you can see they're progressing forward in their infrastructure, in their society, in their technology. What have we done? Stagnate at best. What has Europe done? Europe has fallen off a cliff.
Do you think they're just like, hey, we would rather take the lesser of the evils just to get to that point, and then we'll address this later? Do you think that's going to happen?
I think they look at themselves and they're like, we are a 4,000-year-old civilization of a billion motherfuckers that look the same and are very smart. And we're going to be able to do this no matter, like, come hell or high water. We'll take some lung cancer. We'll take some birth defects, whatever. We'll take the pollution if we're able to be in like space age civilization in 100 years, right? And that's the calculation that we made during the Industrial Revolution when we had children crawling through the coal pipes.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy.
It's the exact same parallel.
I get it.
Right?
Yep.
So like we have to make the decision. It's this weird thing as we're like, oh, we're so horrible, we're so bad, and then we still do all the horrible bad stuff with the wars, and then we like punish ourselves domestically with these weird policies. And, like,
especially if you're in California.
Think about this, and then I want to get your take, but like think about this. What does it do to what measure of impact to the environment does it have if no one has AC in Europe? Does it bring down the temperature by 0.1 degree, 2.2 degree, 0.3? You see what I'm saying?
I bet it doesn't do barely anything.
It's immeasurable.
Yeah.
If that is the correct theology, which I don't also subscribe to, but if that is the theology and if it is the truth, it's a non-impact. But it's a punishment method done on the society to get them to comply. You see?
It's a compliance thing, but then also you got to remember that the
it's
politicians,
also cultural, for sure.
I was going to say culture. That was really,
for sure.
The people are flawed themselves. The people that get in are also taught a certain thing.
I don't
disagree. If you say bad, don't touch the stove.
Sure.
The guy who came into power, that's the thing that he's going through his calculation and being like, well, I just got to carry the baton, and we just can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you shall be punished. But no, you have solar, so we'll let this one go.
Exactly.
It's like, what are we doing here, folks?
Exactly.
Let the man have his AC. It's less than 5%.
Yeah, come and take it, but it's an AC. We need to get that
yeah.
well designed. All right, let's close it off strong. We have that Scott Wiener guy that I was telling you about, and maybe we can
wait. Hold on. What is that? What was this? Sorry.
What's going on?
He's got a screen.
Oh, sorry about that.
What was that you had up here?
Yeah, let's throw that up there. Oh, it's the military carbon footprint.
Yeah, no, throw that up there. I'm just I want to see it. I can't see it on the screen.
Oh, I got you.
Oh.
I mean, it makes sense with the manufacturing.
Okay, so it says sorry, I can't see it behind it. It says if the world's militaries were a country, it would have the 4th highest carbon footprint. Damn. Okay. I didn't know that. This is a good graphic here.
Right, and I bet the vast majority of that military bar graph is us, right? So like you have to think about these things, and it's just like how big of a bar is the air conditioner? You know, I don't
negligible.
I don't think it's a part of it.
Yeah,
you know? And I don't subscribe to the theology anyway, like I said. But like, damn. Dude.
And by the way, most of the world doesn't really have AC. So just if they're already in the first world, just let them have it, man.
Right, and that's the thing. It's this punishment mindset where it's like we're in the West, we have it so much better than everyone else. We have to hurt ourselves, and that will help other people. In reality, you would help other people by actually behaving as human beings and trying to cooperate and saying, "Hey, you know, you're further down on the ladder, but we can work together and both get something out of this." Right, and like that's the attitude we should have had from day one. But it's the arrogance of how we're the wise unk and we're the little kid because we're the young country. I think that's what a lot of this comes down to is like we discovered fire, you know, like we discovered like modern technology and we gave it to the world, like the plane, the computer, the car, all that stuff, like alloys, chemicals, all the things that we developed over, you know, the 20th century specifically. And then we took that as our license to be the moral authority for nations that existed long before my ancestors ever left Europe, like thousands of years.
It's like the new kid on the block that comes around and he's like, this is my turf.
Exactly. Literally thousands of years old. Like Iran is a 4,000-year-old civilization.
How are we feeling about our 250th anniversary coming up? Do we feel like we're wise at 250?
Get the clown makeup and the nose and the wig, the blue wig.
Are we ready to celebrate that inflation? Are we ready to celebrate gas prices about to go right back up after they came down?
Yeah.
All right, so
it's not fair, dude. It pisses me off. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it, and it's just like, why can't we stop punching ourselves in the face? Yeah,
we're addicted.
But I got this. Let's
Is this the video you want?
We'll cover this. So I want to give a quick, let me look him up because I want to get his credentials right. I think he just won his election. His name is Scott Wiener. You may remember, you ever hear of Anthony Weiner? No relation.
I've heard of Anthony Weiner.
So he was like sexting a 14-year-old when he was like running for office or something. I don't think she was 14, whatever, how old she was. He was doing PDF file stuff. Not a good guy. All right, so he's a member of the California State Senate. I think, all right, so he's
pro-transgender candidate.
But he's running for a bigger office, is he not? Candidate for, yeah. All right, so he's running for a California House in whatever seat. And he's blowing up right now because they got his ass, right? Because the thing is, on both on the left and the right, there's that anti-war movement, and they have different motivations for being anti-war, and you can criticize them.
Right.
But like you don't get to be like, oh, I'm the gay guy that made giving AIDS legal to people, or giving AIDS to people legal in California, which he did, by the way. He was part of passing legislation.
Explain that to people, because that kind of shocked me.
Yeah, sure. He was a part of passing legislation as to where, like, in Texas or like nearly every other place in the U.S. and hopefully other places around the world as well, if you knowingly give someone HIV, you go to fucking prison.
As you should.
As you should, right?
You should.
You would think that would be normative policy. But it's discriminatory against the gay people in California. So they don't do it. Right? We don't do that here. It's like we don't put you in jail for that here. We don't do that to you here. So that's the kind of genius that we're dealing with. But he gets confronted. I think this is the first video, and like in one of the videos, he's at like a trans rally, and they're like, "We hate you because you hate the people in Gaza," and that's fair. This is the guy that's like, "Say free Palestine right now, man."
Okay, go ahead. Play this.
Mr. Wiener.
Hey, Wiener, you gotta get the fuck out my hood, bro. It's free Palestine here. You already know what it is. We against the genocide. You think you gonna come to my neighborhood, bro? You fucked up. You fucked up. It's gonna be a problem. There's innocent children being killed in Palestine. You gonna come here like it's good, but you're pushing that genocidal agenda as a Zionist, bro. Free Palestine. Say free Palestine right now on camera, dog. Say it. 2026. I don't need to talk about none of that shit. I'm talking to him. This is a mission district. You should be ashamed. You have no shame coming to my community. This is a mission district, homie. Free Palestine, bro. Hey, are you trying to defend him? I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to him. Why are you not saying nothing? Why are you not saying nothing, bro? Why are you not saying nothing? Say free Palestine for the camera, dog. You say you're against the genocide, right? That's what you said? Because you're running for office? Say free Palestine then. Say free Palestine.
Pause it.
You can put your face.
All right, so that's enough. Got the white knight coming in here.
Like a deer in headlights.
Dude, seriously. But the thing is like, we're moving forward. My whole point to that is meta. It's not even to go, oh, look at him. It's just like, it's not going to be tenable to have these like old world policies of supporting war in the future. And you can say, oh, like wherever he's coming from is whatever his position is, that the guy yelling at him, that's a position shared by a growing number of people and nearly all the young people as well, on both the right and the left. So like this establishment power block of people that are running, even if they are like a younger candidate, like an AOC, for example, or these other people, AOC was like forced to sign something saying she would not send more military aid to Israel, or like something.
Yeah, because it's getting to a point where it's super unproductive. People know that we're more global than we ever have been. Actually, if you look at the trends, I'm almost positive. I've researched this, and I got to do a deep dive. Statistically speaking, the chart of like, if you look over the centuries of like human existence, the number of wars is coming down. The thing is you got news that's making it a more apparent and in your face. But if you look at when we didn't really have all the cameras and the stuff tracking it and social media, there used to be a lot more conflicts in regions. What is it? Oh, we gotta.
Rex, are you pro pre-planned elective C-section?
What is that?
All right, this is this one guy's political issue. He really cares about it. Am I pro pre-planned elective C-section? Tongue twister there. I mean, yeah, like if it needs to be done, right?
Like if they're gonna die if they don't do it or something.
Yeah, like I was a 10-pound baby. Like I was too fat, so like they cut me out of my mom's stomach.
Yeah, that's a normal thing.
You gotta, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but just
I'm pro it because I was.
But just to your point though, I mean the number is declining because of the fact that like society is like elevating and the maps have pretty much been drawn. They stay where they are. It's not like somebody can take out an entire country now and just invade it completely and occupy it without the world stepping in.
Much love, Stefan. I appreciate you. Hope that answers your question.
Without the world stepping in, but you're right. If you look at down the line, it's going to get less and less and less likely that you're going to get in re-election if you are pro these wars, because most people are sick of it. They don't subscribe to it anymore because it doesn't really, it's not something, we're not propagandized the same way as the people who lived through World War II and the nationalism that came with like America being the strongest military. Like people just don't care anymore. They're just like, I want to eat.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is like in strongest military to do what? Not to defend us. Certainly not. Because defending us means defending the economy, defending the roads, defending the planes. Like nothing is easier, better, safer over the past 10 years. Nothing. You can't point to one example. You know, it's like, oh, but we have the peace president now. And it's like, yeah, he just bombed another school. So like it's all a bit insane.
It is a bit insane.
But let's go to the one other video we have of Mr. Wiener, and then we should be good. Right? I think it's a good show.
Did you ever find the Levin clip? We could close out to that.
We close out with Mark Levin. And really quick, we're okay, still on the main camera. Gray Area Talks. Subscribe, Rumble, YouTube, X, follow Gray Area Talks. Truism Tim also linked in my profile. Gray Area Talks as well.
Do us a favor, just go to Rex's account in the bio. You'll literally see Gray Area Talks.
Right.
So my name. If you just do a free, simple thing, we love you guys. Just go ahead and just hit the subscribe
And this
button.
is a show that's different versus the way everyone else does a show. We could do a show where it was corporate, we were on a network or whatever. And we do want to do like some network shows in the future for sure. But you are really getting in on the ground floor of something here. We love going live for you guys. We love doing the interviews and the deep dives. Today is a very relaxed stream.
Oh yeah, so, this is not our normal.
Maybe talk to them a bit about
this. Is not our normal Sunday stream. Like normally, what we do for a Sunday is we do a little mini news blitz at the start. Then we're having a great guest on. We've been on pretty much on fire for the last like 4 or 5 guests who are just experts in their own specific fields.
Yes.
They're giving us great information. And then right after that, we're doing the deep dives. And you guys, if you guys recall, you probably caught the deep dives when Rex and I were hosting the American Journal. They're very much so like that.
Yes.
Giving you guys context, things that you didn't know, going into specifics about all different type of topics that you guys really should learn. And then we go back into News Blitz, and then we typically close out. So
I'm feeling a little gassed. Let's close out with Levin.
Yeah, let's close out with Levin. He is still fasting, right? He's
not anymore, but I gotta work out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and play this.
I like being told that I can't support genocide in the Middle East. I don't like it done. Mr. Producer, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the
mirror, mirror on the wall?
Who's the biggest shill of all?
I'd rather not start, but I must. I want to say to people in and out of the administration, stop trashing, smearing, bullying the little state of Israel. Stop cozying up to and telling us that the enemy regime in Iran is now more rational, more moderate, and a regime that we can deal with. When just a few months ago they slaughtered 50,000 people, they're still hanging young people today. And if they had a nuclear missile today, they'd fire it into our country as sure as I'm alive.
Was it?
I don't know what.
That's a big jump. So he's talking about people getting executed. You know, we don't like that, whatever. And then he's like, and then they can get a nuclear weapon as well. And it's like, okay, so like, was that happening though? Joe Kent says that 19 intelligence agencies said they weren't working on one.
Yeah, they weren't.
So is Mark Levin more knowledgeable than Joe Kent, who I've interviewed? No, obviously not. And of course I am. What are you talking about? What is that slimy fraud ever produced? You know, he's only been deployed 11 times. I've been to Burger King 11 times.
And then we got Bongino.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Dude, if you guys want to see the mega starting 5,
yes, we should do that.
Then go ahead.
Lindsey Graham, Dan Bongino.
Rewind that.
Ted Cruz for sure
comes in.
The jump kick, the tie kick, the hook. Play with audio. We got. Come on. The audio.
This is Karate Man.
Yeah, go back. Go back to the beginning.
This is Karate Man. Double leg. The jump kick. The side kick. The roundhouse. The tie kick. Body.
All right.
Yo.
We got to have that in the intro.
You know what's crazy? All these guys are like our age combined plus.
No, that's the thing. Is like they need to, his doctor needs to lower his testosterone dose.
These are the adults in the room.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bongino. Teach me how to do it.
The jump kick, the tie kick, the karate kick. Mark, you gotta hit him really hard, Mark.
Oh, yes.
I'll hit him really hard, Mr. Producer.
Yes, Mr. Producer.
Weapon.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. We hate to have the end of the show.
But we have to do it.
But we have to do it. You guys want to do something really good? You don't want to bully the gray area talks. You want to go ahead and you want to go to subscribe. You want to go up there and you want to go to Rex's bio, okay?
And if you don't subscribe, you're a terrorist.
You're a terrorist. We don't like you. You're an enemy state of the United States. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Just go ahead and do a subscribe for them all, okay? Thank you, guys.
Really, really quick. I'm going to come. Let me come and tell you to subscribe, man. You just heard Mark Levin kind of break it down for you. And when I was in the Oval, when I was getting, domed from Monica Lewinsky, and I was, putting cigars in places where I shouldn't, I really had the realization that, in 25, 35 years, I'd have to subscribe to Gray Area Talks. And Gray Area Talks is available on Rumble, on YouTube, and all over social media.
It's that link in the bio right there.
Yes.
You can go there. You can find the YouTube. You can find the Rumble. If you guys want to catch us live, literally every single Thursday, every single Sunday, 7:30 Central Standard Time.
Yes.
Normally, I'm going to try to get back on the schedule, but it'll be on Tuesdays for New American Journal, where it will be a Gray Area combo where I will be on in the morning. Okay?
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you. Love you.
Peace.
Peace.